After the ball is over, after this game is done, after the die lot's finished, and you are short just one, many a knitter has made a tearful and desperate call, pleading with their local yarn shop, go after that ball.
Hello, welcome to Pen, Hook, and Needles, episode 123. It is Tuesday, it is Monday. We are podcasting a little early today.
Because I have a really crazy schedule next week, but it's a lot less crazy than it could have been.
So it's actually October 6th.
Yes. And we have a tower of kitties behind us.
And we have birdies, and we have Toby's. Well, Toby's a turtle.
Yes. I am going to be random this week, most likely.
Yes, we know you won't know the difference. But anyway, we want to welcome all new and returning viewers. We're glad to have you with us.
And what is your name?
My name is Marlecia, also known as Lady Fernico, almost everywhere. My hair. And,
Do you need some sunglasses?
Yeah. Poor Denise is never going to live it down. I'm also known as let's try this again. I am Marlecia, also known as Lady Fernico, on Ravelry and most social media, except for my writer sites where I'm also known as Shadowlight or Shadowlight1.
And I am Talia, also known as Francisca Gypsy on Ravelry, Plurk, which I'm never on, and Instagram, and I believe on Craftsy as well. I am behind on Ravelry. Abysmally. So, I just finished my long work stretch and about to start a really odd work stretch coming up. So, I hope to start whittling away at things come the weekend. I have been a bum. I have been a mixture of exhausted and at work. So, not necessarily exhausted at work, although that has been the case too.
Okay, so that is kind of in the nutshell what's going on. But first, I want to tell you, we already welcomed everybody, but we will have a few people we want to welcome
in particular,
who are new members who have signed into the group. We have JL2375, no name.
Oh, well, we have quite a few.
Tracy LB, who is Tracy. Tamora, I think that's how you say it. Tamora, who is Kayleen. Chatsy, who is Chatsy. I had to laugh at her name because her name says Chatsy, and then on her name it says Chatsy Frog-a-Lot, which I just think is hysterical. I love that. We have Oki Lynn. We have Pearls. I think she's probably Lynn, but I'm not sure. Pearls of Faith, not Pearls of Faithy. Pearls of Faith, who is Jessica. Mama C, who is Christina. PPRHAL. Paper Hal? I don't know.
It's probably her last name, her middle name.
Something.
Yeah.
Her name is Pat. Daisy Paws. We don't have a name for that one either. But she might be Daisy.
Mm-hmm. Although Daisy might also be the puppy.
It could be. It could be.
It sounds like a puppy, though.
We have Seafish2816, who is Chris. Catherine Pless, who is Catherine. And she's on my writer's site, so I was really glad to see her here. We have Papa5, who is Kaori. We're really glad to have all of you here.
Oh, Kaori's a really cool name.
It is. I love that name. We are 2 members from 300. We hit 300. We get to do a giveaway. So here's hoping that those of you who are lurking, who are listening or viewing but not yet signed into the group. Be official, because then we can have a prize giveaway. We love to do our prize giveaways.
Indeed.
And but whether you are signed in or not, we're glad to have you with us. Perks of signing in, of course, are being able to take part officially in the Cal-Cals and win prizes. But we're glad to have you however you are. Before we go further into the toy along, I do want to pass along some news. 10 Hours or Less, who is George, has a new crochet pattern out. It is an Afghan that is absolutely gorgeous.
Oh, is that the ripple one?
Yeah, I think it's kind of a ripply, wavy. I don't know if it's a ripple. Yeah, I think it's a ripple, not a chevron. It's a ripple.
It looks kind of...
It's kind of wavy. It's really pretty. I'm not sure it's available yet, but it's in the show-off thread. So take a look. It's gorgeous.
It is pretty, and yeah, I'm behind the show-off thread as well.
Okay.
Any thread that might exist, I'm behind in it.
Yeah, I'm catching up. I'm catching up slowly. I'm all caught up. Well, I was all caught up on my on the Ravelry
Did
page.
it George happen?
George
or was it an
happened.
Allison?
Yes.
Okay.
Both.
It was a George and an Allison.
It was them.
Okay.
All of them. That's good. I'm glad. I don't mind playing catch up. That's fine. And I'm catching up on my PMs, and then I keep realizing there are people that I haven't answered. So I'm getting to you, even if you are 6 weeks in arrears. I am getting to you. I do apologize for the lateness of my response to some of you.
It's okay. She's a bum, and she's actually the PR one of us.
I'm doing okay.
Exactly. If she's behind, imagine me being behind 10 times as much.
She's behind her behind.
I'm behind her behind.
Okay.
Wait, that sounds wrong. So what are you wearing?
I'm wearing my Dragonfly Fibers Dragonfly sweater that I made for, I could just call it the Shenandoah sweater. Like they do the Rhinebeck sweaters.
Mm-hmm.
This is a Shenandoah.
This was your Shenandoah
This is my
sweater
Shenandoah sweater this year. So, yes, I am wearing this. And what are you wearing?
Well, let's see. I am wearing a pair of socks.
Yes, I can see socks. What are they?
This is the Simple Skip socks by Adrienne Koo. I have 2 others on the needles that I just don't feel like working on right now. The yarn is beautiful for both of them. I'm not feeling like working socks right now. But this is what I call my Spider-Man socks because they're red and blue and black. So that's that. And let me get my foot out of the screen.
Stinky toes.
I am wearing a Diana's hat. Oh, and Sampler Girl is having an Anna Green Gables along. So this would count because it's from the Anna Green Gables knits book. So check it out. So here's my Diana's hat.
So Brittany, if you need an excuse to make another one, there it is.
Zuzu's Petals. And I love this yarn. It's some sort of random German yarn that I got off of
Craftsy?
No, Webs.
Oh, Webs.
Okay. Schopel something or other.
Oh yeah, I've heard of
I
that.
love the way it works up. Look at that.
It's really pretty.
And then this is from the Harry Potter Knits book. And I just realized that most of my objects have some sort of reference.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, all 3 of the patterns that I'm wearing up top are movie references. This is, or book references. This is Anna Green Gables up here. This is It's a Wonderful Life, and this one's Harry Potter.
Because she has no life.
Well,
no
personality.
No personality.
It wasn't on purpose. They're just beautiful. Look at the Zuzu's Petals. Isn't that a gorgeous pattern?
It is pretty.
And I just love how the yarn works up in it. I have some more yarn of this kind that needs to be Zuzu's Petals.
But before we get any further, I do want to go over real quickly the toy along. It started last week. We have already a lot of chatter and some toys, I believe.
I peeked at the chatter. There's two toys, because one of the pictures was not actually, it was just saying, oh, I want to make more of these.
We have
the little notes.
We have 2 Frisbees,
mm-hmm.
and we have one in pieces.
Oh yes, we do have one in pieces. I forgot that. I did take a peek. I just didn't get a chance to answer.
I think I caught up with that, or I was caught up with that, but I'm not sure. I'll tell you about that later. Okay, so it runs from October 1st. First of all, I'm really discombobulated today.
What's your excuse?
You.
That's not a good enough excuse.
We are co-hosting this with the Bakery Bears podcast.
Yay!
Dan and Kay, who are
I
absolutely
love
fantastic.
Dan and Kay.
If you are
They
unfamiliar,
should be coming up with a podcast
pretty soon.
Although they might be a little longer.
Yeah. If you haven't watched Bakery Bears, go check them out. They are absolutely fantastic. They are amazing and fun. And
I enjoyed their
personable.
last one with the baking.
Yeah, that was fun. She baked Chelsea buns, yeah. So anyway, they are our co-hosts. They have wonderful prizes. If you want to double dip, you may. You just have to be a member of both groups. The CAL does began October 1st and runs through December 31st. Projects and chatter will be in the same thread, but only projects and whips will be counted toward the prize.
And since this is one of her babies, it'll actually be properly moderated because she actually keeps up in the threads.
I try. So all whips and all projects will be eligible for one chance at a prize. You can do one whip per project per week. Your FO can go at any time. If you do a featured pattern, any of Franciscan Gypsy Designs
like
patterns,
these kitties here.
not the turtle, but the others.
Mm-hmm.
If you do any of Franciscan Gypsies or any of Kay's, Mr. and Mrs. Bakery Bear, or if she has any other that I'm not aware of.
And you've probably seen the Bakery Bears. They're really popular right now.
So if you do those patterns, they get 2 chances for a prize for the finished objects. Just mark it as a Bakery Bear or a Franciscan Gypsy design, and I will double post it.
And when do they have to be started?
They have to be started October 1st. We don't have a lead-in time this time around because we had one running right into the other. The toys must be knitted or crocheted, and they can be used for whatever purpose you want. We suggest toys for tots, Christmas gifts, Turbo Knitter, who is Kenneth, Turbo Knitter 64, his ambulance.
He's going to be completely oversaturated with toys and be like, stop it, advertising for me.
Well, he'll have to contact us because we haven't heard from him in a while.
I hope it's okay.
He did close up his September objects thread and open up his October one, so I think he's all right. I think he's just been busy.
Okay. Well, then that's permitted.
But
maybe.
Maybe, yes. So you can send the toys there as well, or however you want it. If you like toys and you want to make a bunch of toys to hang in your little stuffed toy net, fine. I mean, whatever you want. We just want to see your toys. They have to be knitted or crocheted to be eligible.
And Patrick Moose has a new bunny.
That's right. She has a new bunny, and she has a cute little lamb, too.
I need to make her bat eventually. Her bat is so precious.
And the bat, if you do the bat, that one can go in ours and Kay's, and you can do it in Heidi's, who is Undead Yarn. She's doing a Halloween horror along.
And for the kitties, I guess we'll go over that later.
No, we won't, apparently. What are you talking about?
Heidi's along?
Yeah, if you make it in black, you can go Heidi's along as well.
Because black cats are scared.
And I got this straight from Heidi, so that's okay. Let's see here. I'm sorry. We are definitely not all together today. And it's not that we're unprepared. It's just we're... stop it. Don't need your help.
What are you drinking?
Tea.
What kind of tea?
You have to tell me. It's the one that Karen Faye gave us.
Yes.
It's very good.
Karen, I know, Karen, you didn't expect it to be called Karen Faye. You thought you were very unoriginal, but it sounds very cool to be like Karen Faye, like you're Santa Fe. I think of Newsies, where he's talking about how he wants to be in Santa Fe because, you know, it's so much better there than in New York. And
right.
So,
let me get through this. Miss Chatterbox. Anyway, I have a hook. I will hook your teeth out. Be careful with those. Don't poke my eye out. Okay, we do have some suggested patterns that you can use besides or along with Franciscan Gypsy and Bakery Bears. None of these are required.
No, the only ones that are featured, not even the featured ones are required, but the only ones that are worth double points are mine and Kay's. Okay, but the ones that we are suggesting just to get you started, cute and to get you started, are besides Bakery Bears and Franciscan Gypsy, is Susan Claudino, who is knitted, Susan Anderson, who is knitted. I've been wanting to do Susan Claudino, but I can't bring myself to knit another toy.
Chiwa Love, who is she's both crochet and knit.
Patchwork
Moose and Fresh Stitches, who are both crochet.
Yes. Chiwa Love, I don't have any of hers here. We did Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles for her.
Love, back there,
my adore! I need to show them the cockatiel.
No,
the cockatiel is so precious.
Yeah, we'll show you the cockatiel next week.
Yeah.
Now, for prizes, we do have some prizes here with us, and we may be having more in the future. If I can find what I did with them.
You put them on the floor.
Oh, I did. There they are. Okay. We have, to start off for prizes, and I know I'm out of frame, but I know you'll forgive me when you see this wonderful, awesome stuff. We have a skein of No Makers yarn in the To Be Jolly colorway. It is a fingering sock with Stellina. It's 75% superwash merino, 20% nylon, and 5% Stellina. It is the Sparkle Gnome base. There's 438 yards.
That'd make a fun pair of like Christmas stockings.
Stockings or a scarf or something. That's prize number 1.
Sorry, guys.
Prize number 2 was gifted to us.
This is so
as
soft.
A prize package from Bella Socks, who is Eileen. This is Malabrigo lace weight yarn. It's 2 skeins, 470 yards a piece. It is
it's
red.
so soft.
Very, very soft. You can make something really nice around the neck with this. Okay.
Oops, do you have it?
Yeah. Okay.
Because if you don't, I was just going to let it fall.
This was gifted to the podcast by Karen Faye. And
Yes.
it is Verdant Griffin. I think the other one is Sanguine Griffin.
Yes, I think you might be right.
Verdant Griffin, it is the Bugga Base sport weight yarn.
I think that they have a Bugga base as well.
They might. This is a sport weight yarn. It is 70% superwash merino and 20% Mongolian cashmere. Ooh. 10% nylon. I'm not sure of the yardage. Oh, 412 yards. Ooh, that's really good for sport weight. And that is a gorgeous color. Karen does not know how close this came to going into my stash. I love it.
It can't, though, because
it cannot, because
it was either mine or it was a prize.
But
you were undeserving.
I do not, in fact, care. This is from Maria Wilhelmina. It is
the colors
Mama
are really
Llama,
pretty for this.
And this is 100% superwash merino wool, 350 yards. It's a sock yarn, and I love the colors. Very autumnal. And it might make a nice pair of socks, a cowl, a pair of mitts. Just beautiful. This is also from Maria Wilhelmina, and it is two
Similar color.
Two skeins of
a little more purple.
Mountain Fusion. Mountain Fusion. I've never heard of this yarn. TFTON Moonlight. 100% merino wool. 102 yards per skein. This is a bulky weight yarn.
It looks soft. Is it soft?
It is fairly soft for a bulky weight. It's very pretty. Another very autumnal color. Boy, you guys are lucky.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Thank you, Maria Wilhelmina. Okay.
Marriott.
And this is
we almost lost this.
I couldn't find this because I hid it in here to keep it safe. And
you know what happens anytime you put something away to keep it safe? It's usually safe from you.
This is a Ploverbird bag. It is the Stacking Dolls. It is a sock bag.
Isn't that
very
adorable?
generous size sock bag?
You gotta turn it so they can see the cute little lady right here.
And it's a Ploverbird bag, as you can see. We love Ploverbird. There it is.
99.99% of my bags are Ploverbird.
And about 80, no, probably about 70% of mine are.
Yeah, because I think I might have like a couple of others, but most of mine are Ploverbirds. I'm kind of Ploverbird obsessed.
I'm almost neck and neck with Ploverbird and this is my bag, but I think Ploverbird pulled ahead with my last purchases. So, but if it's not, unless you have my really early bags, if it's not Ploverbird and needs my bag, I usually don't buy it.
You see, I don't usually count my really early bags because they don't count.
Yeah, that's not right, because you do have them.
But they don't count. Did you throw... If the yarn fell in my yarn bag, it's automatically mine.
Where's the other red one?
Oh,
here it is. Okay. All right, I just need to put this where it's not going to get spilled on. Okay, so those are the prizes those are the prizes for now. We may have more coming up. I don't want to say anything right now for sure, but we may have more coming up.
There are secrets.
There are. We have prospects. So that is the toy along.
We mentioned Dan, we mentioned Kate. I have not been writing notes down. We also mentioned Heidi. Okay.
Yes.
Alrighty then.
Did you put down Ploverbird and News My Bag?
I did put down Ploverbird. I did not remember Names My Bag.
She has some wonderful bags as well.
Oh, yes, she does.
And George.
George does not have any bags.
No, but we mentioned his pattern.
And we mentioned Kenneth.
And Kenneth, yes.
There we go. If I can read my Scrabble later, it'll be very interesting.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Sue, how many projects do you have now that we are getting to the
nitty-gritty of why you
potatoes
watch
of this?
I have 1, 2, 3, 4, and one I cannot show.
You have more than me.
But I can't show one.
Well, show your not show one first. That sounds like a Cosby. Show your not show one.
Here's my not show one. It's in a plastic Ziploc bag over there. So,
but what is the Cosby skit I'm thinking of? It's like, you for not to drink your drink.
You for not to drink. What did I tell you to do? You told me not for to drink your drink.
I love Cosby.
Yeah.
He's so awesome.
I'm not saying it right, but
because if you what's the name of the skit? It's
Coke. The Coke.
Is it brain damage?
No, brain damage is something else. Yeah, maybe it is.
I think it's part of
But he
brain
does a couple that are brain damaged. The child is brain damaged.
Check out a couple of Cosby's old... I guess that's his stand-up, isn't it?
It's not really old because he's clean.
Yeah.
But it's... I mean, it's fairly old. I mean, it was when his kids were younger, so...
Yeah. You need to check out his stuff if you haven't already. He's hilarious.
His family-oriented stuff is absolutely hysterical.
My gosh, it's so funny.
Now that you've gone on a tangent...
Tangential!
I did my...
Okay, sip of tea.
Non-showable... Mine's getting cold already. I don't like it when it gets cold.
Then you should have been drinking it. And for not to drink your drink.
For not to drink your drink.
Okay.
For not to drink your drink.
So, let us speak upon the patterns which are having been...
You have to be careful about eggs.
Yes. Sorry. So, in a Ploverbird bag, as many of my projects are, and I have like 20 million and one stitch markers hanging out on my... This is actually one of the reasons I like my Ploverbird bag.
I do that on my Needs My Bag ones too.
Well, I do it on my Needs My Bag ones, but her straps are a little thicker.
Well, I do it on the pulls.
You see, I don't do them on the pulls. I always do it on the straps.
I'll do it on whatever's handy.
So what I do is I put my stitch markers on the what is this thing? Strap. I'm really tired, guys. And so whenever I need a stitch marker, it's hanging out there. It's one of the unintentional perks of this bag. So this is a Ploverbird bag. This is her bird on the wire, and it has like this.
With Mel Gibson and Goldie Hawn.
Huh?
That's a movie with Mel Gibson and Goldie Hawn.
Huh.
Not worth watching.
Okay. It has concentric circles.
Concentric?
Concentric. Inside. So this in here is another Diana's hat. It is, I'm calling it Springtime. The pattern, which is the Diana's hat, which I just said, is by Joanna Johnson. They're using Cyborg's Craft Room yarn, a sock late and without borders colorway, making it for Davina. These are not my colors, but I am loving working them.
They are beautiful.
I don't wear these colors. Davina does, and thank heavens, because I love knitting up these colors. I just don't like wearing them. So I'm having so much fun working this. It makes me smile every time I reach a new pop of color. And if anyone has these left in their stash, and if anyone's looking for this yarn, go looking for D-stashes, because it's not a base, it's not a colorway that's available anymore, as far as I know.
I mean, you could check it. That's Cyber Craft Room. Yeah.
It's a gorgeous colorway. At the time, I didn't know what I was going to do with this colorway when I picked it up, because it's not my colors. I picked it up on a whim when Lauren did her histiocytosis.
And that's Lemnit Crochet. She used to have a podcast. For those of you who are relatively new and haven't seen her podcast.
And I don't know if these are just Lauren's colors or if there's a special reason behind them.
I think it had to do with the turtle. It was Josh.
It might have something to do with Josh's turtle. Yeah. But I love these colors. I don't wear them, but they're so much fun to work. If you can find yarn in these shades, the shade you really should. It's like happiness.
I don't think they'll find it in D-Stash.
No, I don't think so, because it's too fun and awesome. And I don't think the camera's even doing it close to justice. It's got happy blues and a little bit of periwinkle and greens. And it makes me think of sherbet.
Mm-hmm.
But
it makes me think of ice cream.
Yeah, sherbet or ice cream.
I mean ice cream shots, you know.
Yes, it's just happiness. So I'm just in the stockinette section, and I keep going for eons, and then I'll start decreasing. So I'm at the part where I can do this just about anywhere. I can almost stand on my head and knit on this.
I'd like to see that.
Except I've never been very good at standing on my head. Davina was always better at that.
I used to be good at that.
I can do a back bend.
I used to be able to do that too. One thing I'd try it now, I'd probably kill myself.
I can still do it, but it's a little hard to get up.
I can do it down the wall, but...
No, I can just go all the way back.
I used to be able to do back walkovers in the whole 9 yards. But that's
okay.
My turn.
Yes.
Okay. My Foggeria scarf in my Ploverbird. I love this bag. Not my colors. I love this bag. Any excuse for a project.
And who did that bag?
This is Ploverbird. I already said that.
Oh, did you? I wasn't listening.
No, you weren't. You never do.
I don't.
Okay, this is, I probably would have had this finished, but I must not have been paying attention because I looked at it.
No way!
And
You're not paying attention.
I'm like, it's gone like this.
You've never done that with this pattern.
I missed a stitch, so I yanked it back about...
You must have been tired, Mom.
I think I was watching Batman.
Oh.
Beware the Bat or whatever it was. I had to rip out about 6 inches.
So it wasn't during the Westerner?
It might have been.
That was so much fun.
I had to rip out about 6 or 8 inches. It's okay. I'm almost back to where I was. I'm almost done with it. This is the Surbell scarf by Sarah Sweetheart.
Now, is this one going to actually be a scarf?
This is going to actually be a scarf. It's going to be a charity project. So
I think you should totally go with your thought process and make a blanket using the...
I might. I know.
That would be nice and warm, I think. And it's such a pretty pattern.
It is a pretty pattern.
But it's not so holy that your toes have poked through.
I have a lot of ideas for this particular pattern. I just have to think about what I want to do with it.
You're going to be like her favorite person ever because you keep doing her pattern.
Yeah, I like this pattern. And she's a sweetheart for making it free. But I'm using...
You've gotten your mileage out of this pattern.
Yes, this is a G-hook. I would recommend this pattern, especially if you want to do charity work and you crochet. It's quick. Usually I can get this done in 1 or 2 days because I don't have 2 hours to sit down and do it. But if I'm doing a car ride, I can finish it if I don't get sick first in a 2-hour
And it's not
car
the
ride.
pattern's fault.
No, it's the car. So yeah, I'm enjoying this immensely. I don't have too much yarn. The yarn is this time around is Lion Brand Heartland yarn, and it's the Grand Canyon colorway, and that's what I have left right now. So I'm almost done.
I do love the sheen of this particular yarn.
Yeah, I do too. And they don't have a lot of colors in this. I picked up I think almost everything. Because
they're all kind of heathered-y.
They're all heathered, yeah.
I like heathers.
I like that. It's a little softer than the plain in-your-face color.
Bam!
So, yeah.
Okay, so me.
I dropped my hook.
Again? Oh, one of my patients who is crocheting, knitting, she doesn't use crochet dude, but she uses the ones that are kind of flatty.
Oh, yeah.
They're a little flatter than this, but also wide. And she's like, yeah, I love these so much. She's like
Yeah.
90-something years old,
Yeah.
still crocheting and knitting.
Well, I was speaking to a lady in the hospital when we were waiting for my mammogram to do, and she was saying how she couldn't do it anymore because of her hands. And I let her feel that and said, try just 15 minutes a day with a hook like this. She said, oh, yeah, I might have to do that because she liked the way it felt.
Well, this lady was really into it. She has knitting machines.
Oh, wow.
She does it by hand. She had the hooks, not quite crochet dude, but the ones that are a little flatter than crochet dude.
They might have been.
They look like the ones from Hobby Lobby that I've seen.
Oh, okay. Because I know that either Webb's. I think it's Webb's.
And you have one of these. I've seen them before.
Okay.
And I can't remember the name of it. And then she had the pom-pom making thing that I absolutely want. But anyway. Tangent. So, my turn. The scrap log cabin blankets, which is no pattern. It's based on an idea. Based on a log cabin blanket that Kay and Denise are both doing. I just liked the idea and went off of the general recipe. I have not ever looked at a log cabin pattern, so I just assume I'm doing it right.
Well, it's not your log cabin.
Because I honestly have never seen I've never read a log cabin pattern. I just like, oh, this is what I want to do. So let's see, last time I probably had up to like here. Oops, I'm upside down. So, Zuzu's petals, first knitted sweater, my poncho, a pair of mitts, and this is Matosh. This is my green sweater. That is Dragonfly Fibers. This is more Matosh. That was all with a pair of mitts. This here is my second ever sweater. It's kind of rough yarn, not gonna lie. The sweater didn't even fit Mom. It was terrible. Then this one is my first sweater for myself. The yarn's a little softer. I still wear it every day I go to work. This sweater will be getting a lot of wear this week. This red is from my Hoaloha, that means it's shepherd's wool. This yarn, I forgot how nice it feels. I'll have to get more shepherd's wool.
I have some shepherd's wool in our prize bin.
It's nice yarn. This green up here was another Zuzu's Petals. This blue is terrible. It's rough. It has absolutely no stretch to it, but it's gorgeous, and it is one of my few bits of hand spun. I even plied this one. Did I mix it? No, I just unevenly knit. This is terribly, like, it has absolutely no stretch to it, and it feels unpleasant to the touch. But I spun it myself, and the color is really pretty. It's not the fault of the person who did the fiber. I don't even know who did the fiber.
You said it was a...
It was just, it came with a spindle.
Yeah.
And I have that much left. And it is beautiful yarn, beautiful colors. The yarn is hard as a rock. But it made it in my log cabin blanket, and it's warping my blanket, but I guess it will eventually work its way out. I do love the colors. It's terrible, though, and it annoys me that it's warping my pretty blanket. But I don't know what else to do with the hand spun. And I think it kind of deserves to be here. So, soft, 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 terrible hard, and soft again. From that, I had to do alpaca. So
sure, make it show it up, make it feel bad.
Here is some alpaca that I used in my grandma's colorwork sweater that I made her. It was my it was my second or third knitted sweater. So, because I was stupid, my first knitted sweater, okay, good, plain stocking knit in the round, sweet. Second knitted sweater, colorwork. Third knitted sweater, the Vivian. Because I'm stupid.
No arguments.
Hey.
What?
So, I am enjoying this. I just hope the warpedness...
Am I not supposed to agree with you?
No, you're not.
Oh.
The warpedness...
you knew how to answer that, I see.
The warpedness
that is you.
Caused by the evil hand spun will hopefully work itself out.
Yeah, sure. It's pretty, though. It looks very pretty.
I just hope the blanket doesn't end up warped because of it.
I don't think so. There's going to be so much weight on it.
Yeah, I hope so, because I do want it to belong here. And I think you're right. I think it'll be okay. It just annoys me. Okay.
Okay. Let's see here. Oh, well, that leads to my What's in the Square blanket, which is my log cabin, which is not knitted. It is crocheted. And I am not using a pattern because I tried a pattern and I didn't like it.
And you're doing yours is actually looking very different from mine, which is kind of cool because you can see how much flexibility you could have with this idea.
Well, and the thing is as well that picking it up because of the nature of the stitches, it's a little uneven on my pickups, so it looks a little different.
Well, it's not only that, it's just also the way you chose to do your colors. Like, I definitely have a center square.
Right, and I was going to do that, and I think I ended up turning the wrong way once.
Oh, okay. I was wondering what happened.
Now I'm making a conscious effort to make sure I turn, always. I couldn't remember whether when I turned it, if my right marker was in the front or in the back.
Oh.
So now I'm just going to keep going. We'll see if that evens itself out. But I have... This square and this square were just from Stash. I don't know exactly what they were. This one here is from that shawl I made for my friend Lisa, held double. This kind of...
Which is a brilliant idea. I didn't even think of that.
This is from my Zarina shawl, and this is from my Zarina shawl as well. This one up here is Stash. I was looking for, the one I'm working on right now, this navy blue, I was looking for my Solstice colorway in a worsted weight for my sweater that I made, but I don't have any left over that's worsted. I only have skeins of Sport, and I think holding 2 Sport together would be too heavy. So I just kind of grabbed something.
I think that you're past me in size.
I probably am because it's a...
Yeah.
It's a bigger stitch. I'm doing this in half double crochet. Next time I will probably do it in
I'm dwarfed.
single.
She's going to totally finish her blanket before I finish mine.
Next time I'll probably do it in single. And I'm trying to keep with the blue color right now, the blue tones, because I have so much blue. But if I make this again, and I think I will because I'm enjoying it.
This is so much fun.
It's very relaxing, as long as you remember what way you're going. then I will make it in different colors, and I will probably do it single crocheted, because the fact that you're only doing a few rows at any one time and then you turn it and change takes out the boredom.
And I think what's also so fun for me about this right now is each one of these yarns have a memory attached to it.
See, mine don't all, but
and I am going to pull, I was debating whether or not I was going to pull not so nice yarn in here, but I'm probably going to pull some of the yarn from my toys. At least the gray from Selena.
What I'd like to do is get some of that stuff that you used for Brie, so I can put Brie in here, even though I didn't make Brie.
Yeah,
I'd like to have them in my blanket.
I'm sure I have Brie somewhere.
I think Brie has enough blue, and then I'll probably pull some
Do you
of
want
the,
some of it from my other horse that has some greenish blue? It's, hold on.
What are you talking about? What other horse? That's the same thing, isn't it?
You know, I don't know it. Don't think so.
No, I was just wanting things that had to do with with me personally.
Okay, yeah.
But I'm probably going to use the neon from the eyes for Echo.
I'll have to see if I still have.
Yeah.
Look what I found. This is stuff that I got from...
I can't have. That's pretty.
It is. This is... and the yardage is too small to actually use it for anything. This is something I got from Craftsy. Just...
That's bulky, isn't it?
It is a bulky, and I've been putting bulky in here, so... it's only 74 yards.
Right.
And I was like, well, I can intersperse this a little later on and see if I like the way it feels. And if I like the way it feels, if I decide I want to use it for a project later, I already know what it feels like.
Right.
But with 74 yards, there's not a whole lot you can make. But it'd be good for my log cabin. I figured like one of the larger sections later on. It's too early to use this one yet. So, I'm keeping that in mind.
And I haven't quite decided if I want to put a variegated in here. I should probably try it and see if I like it. I can always tear it out. It's a lot easier with knit than with crochet. A lot easier with crochet than with knit to just rip it out. So I might just try it.
One of the reasons I like designing with crochet.
Yeah, and this is living right now. Won't be living here for long. In my Knitting's My bag, medium-sized peacock bag.
Mine is in Pod Blue. Ooh, the ginormous Batgirl bag of doom. This is perfect for blankets. It doesn't close very well because it's a jean fabric, but it's got some awesome Batgirl fabric attached to the jeans. But this is perfect for blanket. I've got 20 million different skeins in here, and then my Superman notions bag. So this is perfect for my ginormous blanket of doom.
Okay, so you're next.
Okay, Tay. So the next one I wish to speak upon, I don't think I worked a lot on it, but I do. I'm loving this pattern. Which one?
Which is it?
Excuse me.
Indeed. Oh,
in another plover bag, what Mom calls the creepy llamas, but she keeps hurting these llamas' feelings. They're gonna cry. Look at this purple llama. Would you really want to make that llama cry?
Might spit at them. You can't make eye contact.
Yes, back away slowly.
And do not make eye contact.
So, this was one of those random buys. So I'm not a llama fan necessarily, but it was one of those random buys that I just had to have this llama bag, and I do love it. So, this is my Fisherman's Cardigan. It's a Saran pattern by Jennifer Hagen. I am using Barocco Comfort Chunky in the Barley colorway. And I am loving, and this yarn is so soft. I wasn't sure at first if I'd like the way it worked out, but I love it now. And look at that. It's showing up the cables magnificently. I can't wait. I'm enjoying this knit, but I also can't wait to have this sweater. There's the part that's going to be over my spine. And those are the sides. This is one of those projects where it's, again, multiple charts, not quite as crazy and stupid of me as starting the Vivian when I was a brand new knitter, but this is still almost on par with that. Not quite as many charts as the Vivian, but I am loving this. It's so gorgeous.
It's very soft.
It is very soft, and
it's very warm.
And the cables are just lovely.
They pop.
Yes, it's going to be a zipper,
button's better for that.
But it is gorgeous. I am in love with this. So I can't wait to continue knitting on this. Maybe I'll knit on this some tonight. This might be my reward. Because I haven't been able to work on my new toy design like I want to. I just haven't had the brain power. Actually, that's probably why this hasn't gotten as much love as I wanted to, because I haven't had quite the brain power.
Okay, let's see here. My next project is Chatala, aka Chat Noir. I am making this for a gift. It is Talia's Echo V pattern in black.
And Echo V is this one right here.
I am using an F hook because I don't want to have the stuffing showing through. I'm using black knit picks.
I think the stuffing's going to be fine, Mom.
Well, I used an F.
Yeah.
I use black knit picks, gold of the heathered, the one I used for the Cerbelle. I can't remember the name offhand.
Well, you could actually look at your show notes.
I do not wish to.
Okay. It's right there.
Heartland.
Lion Brand.
I don't know what the colorway is. I think it's Yosemite.
Yosemite Sam?
And then this gray here, which is Red Heart,
will be for the nose.
Will be for the nose and the inside of the ears and the mouth. That's the head. So far, I'm starting on the body. And
I don't know why it makes me think of. Do you remember the Sam the Cat books?
No.
It was like a he was like a bogey type character, except he was a cat.
Okay.
Yeah, Debbie and I grew up with him.
I remember Top Cat, but I don't remember that.
No, it was Sam the Cat, and it was...
Must have been British. But in any event, this is hard to work on for my eyes. My eyes don't like working with the black.
But he looks really cute,
but
Mom.
It is a labor of love because it is a gift for somebody who will really appreciate it.
And it'll be really hard to give him away because he's adorable.
And it's her.
Wait, Chatala was a she?
Chatala was a she.
I always thought Chatala was a he.
Chatala was a she.
But Chatala
regardless
was gone before I was born, I think.
No.
Really? Oh.
I think just after.
Okay. I killed the cat.
I don't think it was. Maybe it did. I don't think so, though.
Maybe I did kill a cat.
Shadow. Chat Noir, and this will be double. Well, I can't use this for our cow, so I'm going to use it for Heidi's. So, her,
you can't win anything for our cow anywhere.
That's what I just said. Oval head. And it's living in my Knitting's My Bag super large sweater sea turtle bag, which I absolutely love.
Didn't you get this around the time of Lauren's thing?
Yes. Because it's a cute bag. I love it.
Okay, so my final one is in, I told you most of my bags are Plover Birds. In my Plover Bird Batman bag, this was a custom order, which I absolutely love. Stained glass Batman. It's such an unusual fabric. I love it so much.
I had seen it before. I'm glad she found it. It's pretty.
And it has like Bam and Pow and Bap inside. So this is my Caliente. It's a Lady Sunnyside pattern by Tiana's Lavelle. I'm using Dragonfly fibers in the Traveler base, and the colorway is Airport Hot Sauce. And I'm making size 36. Mom and I are knitting this pattern together.
We're doing a knit along.
We're doing a knit along. Unofficial.
Unofficial.
If anyone wants to join in, that's fun, but there's no prizes involved.
Nope.
It's just...
And no pressure.
No pressure. It's just whenever we want to finish it, we're just enjoying knitting it together. I am trying to keep it a little bit ahead of Mom, so that way if she has questions later, I'll have already done it. That is my excuse, and I'm sticking to it.
No danger of me getting ahead of you, I don't think.
So, I've done the provisional cast on. Actually, this is my provisional cast on was here. I took out the provisional cast on. I'm going the other direction now. I'll explain that later. I don't want to go too much into it on the air. It works very similarly to the Lush in that way, but it's not across here. It's up here. So I actually already learned this skill with a Tin Can Knits pattern. So, hey Kim, thank you for giving me that pattern, because even though it didn't work out, I had to yank that sweater out, I learned some really important skills with that.
And it wasn't the pattern either.
No, it wasn't the pattern. It was my own stupidity for not having Mom try it on as I went along. You would have thought that I would have been like...
Allison's in therapy because of you.
Oops. Sorry, Allison.
Driving our viewers to the psychiatrist's couch.
I'm sorry, that was an evil laugh.
Something wrong with you.
I'm a nurse, of course there's something wrong with me.
More than that.
Okay, but what I was saying, I'm just trying to write Kim's name on here. There we go.
Not Sissy Kim.
No, not Sissy Kim. Nurse Kim.
Kimberly is Sissy.
Yes. Yes, it sounded terrible, like we're calling... So.
She's a sweetheart.
This is working out nicely. This is the back of... Right here where the stitch markers is actually where it's going to be sitting on the back of your neck. Which is really interesting because it looks like you do a cable wrong. There, like I had made a mistake, but I didn't. You look at the... here.
Oh, okay.
Because it's not working the same way as the others. And I'll show you guys in a sec. When you look at the picture on the pattern, that's the way it's supposed to be. So it looks like there's this little mistake in the back, but that's what the model's wearing the same mistake. So this is what I'm talking about, guys. Okay, if someone was wearing the sweater, you'd be like, hey, there's a mistake, right? Hang on, it's easier for me to go this way. There. Because, look, the cable is like an upside down U. Right there.
It's a horseshoe.
And all the others are coming out from that. It's interesting that she chose to do it that way. Instead of it being an unbroken line. But that's the way the pattern wrote it, and it wasn't my mistake, so I'm okay with it. Because at first I thought I messed up. I was like, oh man, I have to go back to the provisional cast off? No, I didn't mess up. So, I am enjoying this.
I had to laugh about, I think it was the snit, in a snit.
Mm-hmm.
They were talking about cast-ons and things like that, and one of them was talking about how she'd gotten a little, I don't know if she said careless or reckless or whatever she was saying, overconfident maybe. She doesn't put the lifelines in anymore. She said she probably should with her lace work. I forget which one it was. I think it was in a snit, and I do apologize if I got the wrong podcast.
Lifelines?
Lifelines, yeah.
I haven't put in...
She was talking about afterthought. I said, you mean there's other kinds?
I can't remember the last time I put in a lifeline.
I like lifelines. Lifelines are my friends. I haven't used them very often, but they're my friends. Once I figure out how to put them in.
I think I did it once or twice.
Yeah.
I probably should do it more than I do. But I have a habit of, if I make a mistake, dropping down and a lifeline will get in my way. So, yes. I am thoroughly enjoying this. This has actually been my TV knitting. When I was mad at my blanket because the handspun was making me depressed, I went to this sweater and worked on it. This was my knitting during... Actually, I'll call it's like my Western knitting, because I was watching Gunsmoke and I was watching The Westerner while knitting on this. So I am thoroughly enjoying this. This is a fun pattern.
You need to put in a snit down.
Who are they, though? I mean, I don't know their names.
I don't know who their names are. You just have to put the group down. I think
I've watched them once.
They're funny.
I know they are. I just am way behind on all my podcasts.
One of them spins. Well, I think they both spin, but last time she had a spinning wheel out, and she was spinning on the spinning wheel. It was really fun to watch. Okay.
I'm not coordinated enough to do the spinning wheel. Not to mention, I don't have the time.
I don't know if it was double treadle or not. I couldn't see her feet, only her hands, but she was doing with her hands. Okay. My next one is...
Is it your swatch?
Yes. Stop.
Ow.
Talking. You ruined everything.
I ruined everything?
In my Ploverbird bag. See, I told you I'm about 50-50, 60-50, something like that. This is my Ploverbird sweater bag, my chai tea bag. And it has my swatch, and I did get gauge with my 7s.
She did, in fact.
So this is the color. I like this color.
And it's because of her swatch that I missed the ending of the Westerner.
I don't know if you can see it. It's looking really good.
It is gorgeous. Hang on, you're turning the wrong way around. Come on, bumps, wrong way.
Well, I just want to see the color. I don't care about the bumps.
And actually, the color is not showing up very well.
No, it's not.
It is this.
It's a blue-gray.
And it doesn't show up very well in the skate.
It's kind of like a stormy sky.
It's a light gray that gradually goes into this slightly darker blue-gray. It's absolutely gorgeous. It's like, a sea at stormy time.
That's what I just said.
You said...
Well, the sky.
It makes me think of the sea, though. Because the sea doesn't get quite...
Because these are the storm clouds.
Yeah. It makes me think of the sea.
Either way, it's very... It's
a grayish, bluishy, stormy-ish...
It's the ocean... the colorway is ocean drift.
You see? I told you so.
And this Plymouth Encore.
And it's a gorgeous... It's gonna... At first I was afraid it would be too much with the cables. But it's not going to be. It's going to actually be a really gorgeous gradation.
I thought it was more variegated. It's not variegated. It's very subtle. And so I wish the light allowed, and it's really...
I think because it's so subtle, it's not showing up well on the camera.
And I wish I had... My bind-off was really funky on this because I was trying to hurry up because my husband wanted to watch TV, so... And we wanted to watch the Westerner before she left for work. So,
and I still miss the ending. Stumpy and... John Doe are also
it's just not showing up at all. It's very pretty. A lot prettier than it's showing up. So yeah, size 7, US size 7, I did get gauge. I hope to cast on in the next week and get started on that. That's all I have for whips.
Oh, I told Bill from work he needs to watch this movie because he's my old movie person. And he asked me, well, have you watched Ben-Hur yet? And I'm just like, no. He's been trying to get me to watch Ben-Hur for like 6 months.
Well, if we watch Ben-Hur around Easter time or around Christmas or something.
Well, what I need to do is, like, Saturday or Sunday, sit down, put Ben-Hur in, and, like, have it going on in the background. So I go, yes, Bill, I have watched Ben-Hur.
Excuse me.
Because I was sitting there with the doctor, talking to the doctor, just, doing whatever, and Bill was on the phone with him. He's like, has she watched Ben-Hur yet? I'm like, yes, Bill, I'm sitting here at work, and I'm watching Ben-Hur, of course.
Of course you are.
So... next time I'm hoping to tell you guys that I've watched Ben-Hur finally. Yes. So.
Not if it means the shared story suffers.
No.
Alright, let's see here.
That movie apparently is really long, too.
Yeah, it is. It's very long. You can work on Oops.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping. I'm not a Charleston Heston fan.
Yeah. I like
he's good, but I mean, it's not like I go, oh, I gotta watch a Charleston Heston movie.
Alright, any FOs?
I have none.
I don't either. My prompts, I am going to start another Surabel in pink in the Heartland, Lion Brown Heartland yarn for Pinktober. I want to support Denise and Kathy's Pinktober. Kathy is having a fundraising drive. If you want to know how to do it, go to her group and she will have all the information there. So it's a really worthwhile thing to do, either just for the project, if you feel called to donate something, she has the information on her group.
Yes. I plan on starting, hopefully, it's called Warming the Heart, and it is a hat base, well, it's called the Meat Kit Hat pattern. One of my coworkers had kind of bullied me into switching her... Okay, I was going to be working Wednesday night, Thursday night, and then be up all day Friday to do something else for work. One of my coworkers heard this, and she was like, oh, well, then let me split your shift for you, or take your shift for you so you are not exhausted on Friday. I'm like, oh, no, Tara, it's fine. So she bullied me into doing it.
In the nicest possible way.
In the nicest possible way. So I'm splitting her Tuesday. She's taking the back end of my Thursday so I can sleep before I go to this other work thing on Friday, which is why my schedule's all messed up, but she's making it so I can get some sleep.
Which is very much appreciated.
Yes, it is. It was very sweet of her. So, she got her daughter the Kit's American Girl doll, which has this crocheted hat the doll wears. It's part of the character.
Her clothing.
Her part of her clothing, her costume.
Yeah, that's the word I was looking for.
And she wanted to get her daughter a matching hat. I wasn't gonna do it because I was afraid it would start a
domino effect.
It started a domino effect. You tell one person you're gonna do it, and then everyone wants you to make them stuff. And I don't like doing requests or
well, consignment is for pay.
but I don't like doing that either. But it's obligation. I want to do it because I want to do it. But I really felt like, for one thing, I kind of, even before she switched schedules with me, I was kind of like, well, it's for a little girl. You kind of feel bad for not doing it anyway. And then she was so nice to switch to spearhead, actually kind of bullying me into taking a better schedule. That I went and I found the Mink Kit hat pattern. It looks like that. I have to ask her if she wants the green ribbon. I have some blue ribbon here, but I'm not sure if she wants the hat to exactly match the doll. And I also have to ask her what size her child's head is. So I have the pattern. It looks like a pretty simple pattern. I should be able to knock this out pretty quickly. And I have the yarn and everything that I need. So this will be going on the hook pretty soon. And this is there's only this one pattern. There's one for the doll, and there's one for, they have a child size, a teen size, and adult size. So I hope to be having this on the hook pretty soon because, like I said, I told her she needs to not tell everyone at work that I'm making this for her, but
she won't.
And she won't. But I am going to make this for her daughter.
I have a couple other things that I want to make too, but I have to think about which is which.
And Davina's been talking about American Girls.
Oh, yes.
Ever since I mentioned this thing about Kit for my coworker's daughter, Davina always loved American Girls anyway. She was Molly, I was Samantha.
And I was able to find, she wanted to reclaim some of those that she gave away when she thought she was too grown up. Mm-hmm. Now she's decided she likes them again. So I found the box set of Kit, and I found the box set of Samantha.
And it's a good thing you found Kit, because Kit's supposed to be out now. I mean,
so
she's out of print.
And she gave me some other ones that she wants that she doesn't have.
Does she have still Molly? Because I reread Molly over and over again, because she had all the Mollys.
I think she needs Molly. I have to ask her again, because she gave me a whole list in the car, but I wasn't writing things down because I was driving. But I'm going to pick up some for her.
Because that was a big part of our childhood.
Yeah. That was important to me. But we're getting off topic here. No graphic novels.
I'll have to see if there's an American Girls knit book. Because that might be good presents later.
You might actually have crochet. Because...
Well, I know the Kit hat is crochet.
Yeah. I mean, a crochet type book. All right. Royalties?
I do not have any royalties.
Okay, I do. I have, but both of mine were gifts. I was gifted the Ligonberry ebook by Sarah Jane Designs. It was gifted to me by Maria Wilhelmina, who's Mariette. I appreciate that, Mariette. I can't wait to get started on one of those hats as soon as I get a little free time. It's exciting. I thank you for that very, very much. It was very sweet of you. She actually gifted me her prize.
Which is very nice.
Which I thought was very sweet of her. Thank you very much, Mariette. And then I got a skein of yarn from Heidi, who is Undead Yarns. It is her cashmere. It's Atlantis.
It's very pretty.
It's the Atlantis base. She overdyed it a little darker for me, so Atlantis might be a tad lighter than this normally.
And it's showing up really well, actually.
It is showing very close. It's a little more periwinkle than it is. It's actually more blue than it is purple.
In real life.
Yeah, in real life. It's 80-10-10, which I assume is 80 superwash, 10 cashmere, and 10 nylon. 400 yards fingering weight. It is her siren base. It is soft, and this is going to have to go around my neck because it is absolutely soft and gorgeous. And Heidi, you did an absolutely fantastic job. I think she has added some colorways, not recently, but a couple updates back. You should check out her yarn.
Yeah,
very
I'm not
good.
allowed to look at yarn right now because I have too much I need to knit through.
Yeah, I'm not looking at yarn, with the exception of Miss Babs, because I have a little bit on my gift card that I don't want to go away. But no, unless it's for something specific, like the red heart I bought for Shadow, I am not allowed to buy yarn.
I also, since we're kind of talking about yarn that needs to go next to the skin, I got a private message from Okilin saying that last podcast I talked about wanting the Juniper Moon yarn, the stuff that was in my prize bag, not my prize bag, my thank you bag for Chernobyl Fire Festival. One that next to my skin, and she's like, well, one that's good for not a lot of yardage is the Irish mesh cowl. Okay. So I'll take a look at that. Thank you for the suggestion, Elkie Land. Yeah, if there's not enough for like a Zuzu's petals or something,
that might be helpful.
It might be helpful.
Sure.
So thank you. Because as you guys know, once it starts getting cold, I wear my Zuzu's petals
and it is starting
everywhere.
to get chilly here.
It is starting to get chilly.
We are cold in the house, and we are getting chilly outside, so we are bringing out the hand knits and the sweaters and things like that. Yay!
And this is actually, around this time of year, this is my staple look, the Zuzu's petals.
And I'll be starting to wear probably my Cerebels in the cowl form or in the Mobius form because, yeah, it gets cold in here.
Once I finish something, once I finish Diana's hat, I think instead of casting on another Diana's hat, I might cast on my cowboy with the firecracker.
I'm not going to get my hat.
I should start your Diana's hat. But I also want my cowboy. Maybe
give me back my yarn. I'll make something with it.
I'll make you your Diana's hat.
I will make a hat of my own if you can't.
I'll make you your Diana's hat. Maybe I'll cast on both.
I'll cast it all on. Sorry for you who have earbuds.
So, I also wanted to go in. I didn't get much writing done, but I've been exhausted / at work. Did you get any writing done?
I did. I got a lot of writing done. First of all, I was the prompt mistress over at the Percolator, and Catherine, Catherine knows what I'm talking about. She's a member of that. Our new member, Catherine. I was a prompt
And then you
mistress.
say she got for Catherine. Didn't she get accepted for something about writing? Or
She ghost wrote. I think it was a knit book. It might have been crochet, but I think it was a knit book. And then the person that she was writing it for got interested in her crochet patterns and has offered her potentially the possibility of doing a crochet pattern book. So
which is awesome.
That is so exciting. I'm so happy for her. But I did, aside from prompting, I posted a previous free write to what I had done for F2K in that class that I had to drop. I posted that at the Percolator, and
I tried keeping up with Perk, and they go too fast.
Well,
for me. I'm not capable of keeping up.
You don't
with
have
them.
to keep up.
But they flood my box
well,
too.
No, they go through fits and starts. Sometimes there's a lot, and sometimes there isn't.
I think I posted once to y'all, and I started feeling stressed.
You don't have to feel stressed. It's a very easygoing group. I come in and out of the shadows all the time. It's like, oh, she's back again. And I've been a member there for like 12 years.
Before time began.
Before time began, I was there.
I remember them from when I was in high school. You talking about them?
Yeah, they were one of my first groups. I commented a couple of stories there, and then I did a new 500 word club prompt for The Voice and a 647 word story just yesterday, I think it was, or the day before yesterday. Or the day before yesterday, to the Percolator.
Although you still haven't written the story of Chester or
I know.
Doc's.
I had to
okay, we were nerds.
No.
I know. Shocker, right?
No nerds.
We were watching Gunsmoke, and there was this one particular episode where Doc wanted to shoot a guy, and the ending was kind of unsatisfying. And Mom and I were like, well, we need to write the backstory of what really caused Doc, who is such... I mean, he's a doc to his core. Of this, where in our writing and fantasy, the healers are like, that's who they are. They take care of people. They would not hurt anybody. That's how Doc is. Doc would not hurt somebody. He would...
Although he hauled off and punched somebody.
Well, that guy kind of deserved it. Someone died because... Yeah. But, so, we were like, we need to write this backstory. And so she's supposed to write the backstory.
I'll get to it.
And
eventually.
Then the other thing was how
Chester got his limp.
Although
actually, it was how Matt came into town.
Matt came into town, but it was related to how Chester got his limp. It was just really, we built this whole story.
But then I found out how. Well, no, I don't.
No,
know
we
for
don't.
Sure.
We don't know for
we
sure.
We don't know for sure. Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Okay. Moving on.
On more nerdiness. I've been nerdiness.
Nerd. Get your nerd.
Anyway, I challenged Mom to read the Sword of Shannara with me.
I'm winning.
Yes. I am not far behind. I was winning when
she was ahead of me by 7 chapters.
And then
I read.
I went to work. And I couldn't read. I'm catching up. Because I'm only behind by like half a chapter. I might have to audiobook tonight.
No, that's not fair.
That is so fair.
That is not
so
fair.
Because I was doing
That
audiobook
is not
first.
reading. That is not reading.
That still counts.
That's not
still
reading.
Counts.
That is listening. You read with these. You listen with these.
Because I was doing the audiobook before.
Not reading.
It still counts because we are reading, listening, and
not
together.
Reading.
I'm almost
I just want it on record. She is not reading.
I am reading and listening to it. I read a little bit of it while I was eating today.
Not reading.
But I'm hoping to get a little bit farther. I'm enjoying switching back and forth, actually, because it's forcing me not to skim.
Well,
I have a very bad habit of skimming.
The funny thing about this series is it's his early series, and he's very heavily influenced by Tolkien.
Particularly in this first series.
In this first series, so we're going, oh, that's him, and that's him, and that's it. We don't want to say anything because if you want to read it.
Well, we'll pick out different characters and be like, that's that character, and be like, oh, that happened here in Lord of the Rings. I see how that parallels.
Yeah.
And it's just kind of fun if you're a Lord of the Rings fan. And I love Brooks's work.
And Brooks is fantastic. He's absolutely fantastic.
Especially some of his later characters are amazing. I actually have some characters I really love in this one, too.
Yes.
But when you get to the Dark Uncle
the Dark Uncle and
what's his name?
Pashmir or the thief.
I can't remember his name.
Yeah.
But, I mean, seriously, a name like the Dark Uncle. You know that's a cool character, right?
Awesome.
So if you like fantasy books, Sword of Shannara series, Sword of Shannara,
Science.
Oh no, it's Sword of Shannara, Elfstones of Shannara, which I love.
Oh, you're talking within the book.
Yeah, you have Sword of Shannara, Elfstones of Shannara, and Wish Song of Shannara. My favorite one is actually the second one. And then you have the next one, which is not a trilogy, but a 4-part. And that's the Heritage of Shannara series. And it's Science, Talisman.
I forget what the other two are.
But that's the Dark Uncle
my favorite series.
Yeah, that's a very good.
And then it's the Isle Witch series,
which I have not read yet.
Oh, that's awesome.
We're trying to read Terry Brooks together. So it's a lot of fun. It's prompting her for writing. And it's getting.
And I'm watching Lord of the Rings.
So that's really not helping her in seeing the parallels. So that's our geek out.
All right.
Yes.
We want to thank Bella Socks for her donations of yarn to the podcast for this along and probably quite a few in the future,
because she sent us some awesome amount of awesomeness.
Her and Maria Wilhelmina as well. They sent us bags of yarn, which was very nice.
Indeed.
So we thank them very, very much for that. We I think I already thanked the others for well, I guess I didn't thank Karen Fay for her yarn donation that we are using this time around. So we want to thank her. And there will be, as I said, there will be more prizes. We just don't know what they are yet.
Indeed.
So keep the toys coming in.
Take a look at my toys. We have 5 out right now.
Yeah, 5 out.
5 out and 1 in the works.
Yeah, they're not hard to make. If you've never done color work, I would.
What is it called? Shameless self-promotion.
I'm not self-promoting. I am promoting for her, so I can do this. If you are worried about the color work because you've never done color work in crochet before, try either Ecovy or Bastion.
And it's not even wanting someone to buy the pattern. It's more of like, see, play with my toys. They're cute.
They are cute. They are adorable, and they work out very, very well. So if you would like to do that, that's wonderful. Those are the 2 I would suggest if you're unsure about the color work. If you don't care, you're adventurous, and you want to just go all full force, do Selena, do the Cardinals.
And Mom will tell you, sometimes I sit there with my kitties on my chest in particular, like, I can't.
Yeah.
I love my toys. I'm sorry, I'm ridiculous.
And her toys can now be found on Craftsy as well. So that's there. I left a note. I couldn't get it under the project because I didn't buy the project at Craftsy, so I had to do a project gallery or whatever it's called, a private one that I guess it can be seen, but it's not where I wanted it to be because
I might have to look at that. I think I can actually adjust that.
I don't know how to do that. So if you can do that, let me know how you do it, and then I can do that for Barry and the others as well, and put projects under there so people see that people do them.
But going to Craftsy is dangerous, by the way. Not only because of classes. When you start looking down the toy area.
I picked up a couple that I'm following. Didn't pick up any patterns yet, but I picked up people I'm following, Yeah, Craftsy is a bad place.
There's some really cute toys on there.
Yeah, there are. I love Craftsy. I love Craftsy.
It's dangerous. I keep seeing, oh, that's a cute toy. That's a cute toy.
And
And I don't have time to make all these toys.
Or a place to put them.
Or a place to put them.
But we love the toys, and we're just going to make more for Turbo Knitter 64.
Mm-hmm. The thing is, every time I make a toy, like Bastion was supposed to go there, and Mom won't let me say I'm Bastion.
Bastion's mine.
So Bastion stays here with Toby because Mom won't let me send him out.
No. No. Bastion's mine. He's even my color.
He actually looks a little frightened right now because he's surrounded by kitties.
So we thanked everybody I think that we needed to thank. Let me see. Oh! Heidi, I wanted to thank you. Her last podcast, she did a shout out for the podcast, for our podcast, and for our toy along, and she was very sweet about it. Heidi, we appreciate it.
I'm so behind, Heidi. I need to catch up.
Thank you very, very much.
Thank you, Heidi.
She mentioned the toy along, and she had some very kind words for the podcast, which we really appreciate. Thank you.
Thank you.
So, having said that, I think we're done.
I think this has to be called Randomness, because this is probably the most random podcast we've done.
Yeah, so we do apologize.
I'm sorry.
Don't know what the deal is. We were very good for the last 4 or 5 podcasts. So, yeah.
Random!
Yeah. Okay, so, I hope you have we hope you have a wonderful week full of knitting,
Apparently
crocheting.
only she hopes, because that's what she said, but...
We hope you have a wonderful week full of knitting, crocheting, tea, coffee, whatever it is that makes you happy. This is Pen, Hook, and Needles, episode 123, and that's a wrap.